Let us now take a quick look at a few regional markets, starting with Asian indexes. Now on Thursday, Asian stocks were slipping, led by the drop in oil prices, causing Asian oil company stocks to fall, while Japan also cut their GDP growth projections. So let us take a look on the board behind me. Japan's Nikkei 225 down by 0.96%. Hong Kong Hang Seng index also down by 0.28%. Singapore Straits Times also slipped by 0.45%. So not a particularly good day for Asian composites, especially those in Japan, Hong Kong, and Singapore. All right, so as I mentioned, many Asian composites in the red today, including Japan, Hong Kong, and Singapore. One of the factors behind this was the drop in oil prices, which then caused the shares of oil companies in the Asia-Pacific region to drop as well. Now on Thursday, the shares of Japan oil company INPEX dropped by 3.95%. Chinese oil company PetroChina's shares that are listed in Hong Kong also dropped by 3.61%, while Australian oil company Beach Energy shares also dropped by 2.79%. Now this was all spurred by the recent drop in oil prices. Now, as of Thursday, the price of Brent oil dropped by 0.58% to $83.38 per barrel, while the price of U.S. oil also dropped by 0.57% to $82.19 per barrel. Now let's move on to the U.S. index on Wednesday Eastern Time. Both the Dow Jones and S&P 500 composites have slipped after closing at record highs the previous day on Tuesday. So as you can see in the board behind me, we'll take a look at the U.S. composites. On Wednesday Eastern Time, Dow Jones down by 0.74%. The S&P 500 also closed lower by 0.51% after marking record highs the day before. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq up very slightly by 0.012 points. Now, so the S&P 500 closed in the red on Wednesday after 2 straight days of gains, while the Dow Jones also closed in the red a day after it closed at record highs. Now, despite this, all the major U.S. composites have been gaining so far for the month. October has been a good month for all U.S. major composites. On a month-to-date basis, the Nasdaq composite has gained 5.5% so far in October. The S&P 500 has also gained 5.6% so far this month, and also currently on track to record its best month since November 2020. Meanwhile, the Dow Jones has also gained 4.9% so far in the month of October. Now, this has all been partly due to many positive corporate earnings reports in the U.S., including tech companies like Microsoft and Google's parent company, Alphabet, which had posted better than expected earnings. Now let us discuss the market trends in Europe. Well, earlier on Thursday, European markets were trending slightly lower as European investors were still digesting corporate earnings across the continent. Now, sentiment in Europe was affected by some corporate earnings reports. For example, oil company Shell had missed analyst expectations on their profits. They reported earnings per ADS of $1.06 versus the estimate of $1.41, so missing analyst expectations by quite a bit. And investors in Europe are also keeping an eye on the European Central Bank's decision on interest rates. Investors are also looking on clues on when and if the European Central Bank, or the ECB, will loosen monetary policy and taper bond asset purchases. And these are the numbers in the German Sector DAX and London FTSE 100 as of 9:38 a.m. London time.